Hey everybody, Rankil here with a video to show you some behind the stream stuff I've been working on. At BlizzCon 2013, Blizzard introduced a new difficulty system. Gone are the normal Nightmare, Hell, and Inferno difficulty settings. For the Reaper of Souls, the game always scales to the party leader's current level. So that means when you're level 59, there are around level 59 monsters. When you level up, everything scales up a level. Since they've removed normal Nightmare and Hell, elite monster affixes are determined by your current character level relative to the minimum requirements for the previous system. This way you are never over or under leveled for the content you face. When you reach level 25, you will start seeing double FX elites. When you reach level 50, you will start seeing triple FX elites, and then when you get to 60, you will start seeing 4 FX elites, which continues all the way up to level 70. How do you make the game harder? While similar to the console version of easy, normal, hard, and master difficulties 1 through 5, this system is entirely different and offering different reward levels for each setting. First, there is normal difficulty. I compared this to the live servers. What I actually found out was that MP2 monster health was about the same as a normal difficulty in Reaper of Souls. Now this might seem weird, but the fact that you actually have more damage and DPS as you're leveling up a character and the gear that drops is of higher quality and stats, it actually ends up working out to be just about the same difficulty as MP0. Finally, you have Torment difficulty. Only adventurers with the highest level of gear should consider this difficulty. Here you gain 300% gold and XP, double bounties, new legendary recipes, and adds new legendary drops. You also get a 250% bonus legendary drop rate and additional gold, XP, and legendary drop rates per slider tick. The slider tick below allows you to bring torment levels up to 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally 6. But what else do each of these difficulties bring? Obviously there should be an increase in monster and health and damage, but how much? This led me on an adventure to test the most feared enemy in all of Sanctuary, the Act 1 zombie. I recorded around 10 hits from the zombie starting at normal and worked my way up through hard, expert, master, and each individual torment level. As an added bonus in the game, you are allowed to lower the difficulty on the fly from the options menu. I originally started using this to test both the health and damage numbers of monsters, but I found out that while the health falls respective to the difficulty, the monster damage stayed at the original setting the game was created on. Unsure if this is a bug, I've submitted it to Blizzard, but if this is an intended feature, hardcore players be warned. Either way, this is a great system in case you find yourself in a difficulty too hard for your character and you do not want to leave the game to create a new one. With the damage and health, I put them into Excel. The first chart here is our recorded monster health in the life column and the damages for each difficulty. This is where I started in Torment 6 and I realized that the damage ranges did not change as I scaled down while the monster health did. I was still able to get accurate health pool numbers and the percentage increases as you go up in each difficulty levels on the column on the far left, but more on that later. Because I was seeing such a wide range of damage, it's hard to know if I did in fact get an accurate average. So I took a second average using only the minimum and maximum values recorded. After all this, I made one final chart, made a best guess interpolation of what I felt was a good number with each difficulty changing. This is my final result. The top row are each difficulty level, the columns under each show each in comparison to the normal difficulty. The values are listed for health, damage, experience, magic find, legendary find, gold find, bounty bonus, and a checkbox for the new recipes and items. Going up in difficulties, you can see some of these numbers look rather large compared to what you're used to with monster power. Monster health skyrockets because normal to hard is a 50% increase, hard to expert is 30%, and every difficulty jump after that doubles it. Damage isn't as steep of an increase though. Normal to hard goes up 100% in damage, hard to expert jumps 66%, expert to master 40%, torment 1 and 2 increase at around 25%, Torment 3 through 5 increase at 50%, but then it got kind of funky with Torment 6, and against all that, it seemed to increase at around 30%, but for my calculations I still kept it at a 15%, but it could be more than that. Again, I'm not sure if these are entirely accurate, and to have a more accurate assumption I would have had to record probably hundreds of hits per difficulty, and honestly, I just wanted a decent shoot from the hip estimate to give an idea of where you should be and what difficulty you should choose when you're first going into the Reaper of Souls. Obviously, when you get in the game, you're going to start at a lower difficulty, and if it feels like you're face rolling it, then you just move up a difficulty, and if it's too hard, then you drop down a difficulty. Now, considering level 60 characters are well above as far as EHP and DPS, as they are in vanilla when you reach level 60, this isn't as big of a change as you might think. With this info, you should get an idea where you should be starting when you get your hands on the Reaper of Souls, especially for hardcore players. Also, since this is the beta and there are going to be adjustments, I'll go through, and if there is anything that's changed, I can update these charts, but I will have, in the link below, will be the most updated chart that I have with the most up-to-date beta information.